So we decided to spend a weekend in Banff. And while we were out there, we stayed at the Banff Springs Hotel. And we also thought it's time to visit some of the classic Banff eateries. And so as kids, we never went to the Grizzly House. But this place is famous for fondue. And because of COVID, the main streets in downtown Banff are all closed off, which is something to see. But most of the restaurants have put little patios out on the road, which is quite something. Now, we had the cheese fondue, which I would definitely recommend. The waiter had suggested the schnitzel as the main course, but in hindsight, we could have got away with just the fondue. It was amazing and well worth it. So if you're going to stop at the Grizzly, fondue is worth it. We did have to go for a little bit of a walk around Banff downtown, and although there were people, it is quite amazing to see Banff so empty. And again, this is because of COVID, but it did actually make it for a little more relaxed walk around downtown.
Well, here's my theory. If you don't know, go back.
If you haven't been to Banff before, a walk around the Banff Springs Hotel is worth it. The original building was built in 1888, and it was built as one of the Canada's Grand Railway hotels by the CP Railway. There was actually at one point a fire which burnt down the wooden portion of the building, so there's been some original rebuild. It was about 1926, I think, that the building was rebuilt. You can actually book tours of the hotel. So if you're not staying at the hotel, you can actually book to have a tour, which is amazing, as you can kind of see the structure. They call it the castle, and they call it the castle for a reason. There are 764 rooms in the hotel and 12 restaurants, and we did actually get upgraded. You can see outside of our window we're up on the 8th floor, and in this tower that's up at the top. And they did put us actually on a corner room, so we had windows on both corners. Now, given when this hotel was originally built, you can see the rooms are not massive. Not huge resort, but beautiful rooms. And during the time we stayed, there were 3 restaurants open in total, but not all at the same time. I think actually just one at a time. Now, we did have a meal here, dinner here, and it was amazing and worth it. And quite a few people who come up here for a day trip and maybe come for a tour will stop at the bar and grab a drink, because the scenery outside of the bar is absolutely amazing. One of the other great things about the Banff Springs Hotel is just off the parking lot, you just actually have to take this pathway back a little bit, and you're hiking into the wilderness. And so you can take mountain bikes. We saw joggers and walkers, or hikers, of course. And I believe you can also take horsebacks. So there's a big looping trail, but there's also a straight out and back trail you can take. And so I think we had about a 90-minute hike, and we were not nearly towards the end of the hike. So well worth a walk just off the back of the parking lot. So you just kind of go go straight east, and some amazing scenery. As we started onto the path, we saw the sign describing the wildlife and warning you that you may see wildlife. And we kind of quit making it clear to see wildlife, and we didn't step, 20 yards down, and here was a massive female deer, and a little further, a few yards up further, we saw some of the babies. I'm not sure if you can see the babies in there. There's two babies. There you go at the top. Oops. And there's one at the bottom.
That's what I'll do.
The next morning, we felt like we should walk through Banff and check out another Banff classic for eating. So we parked downtown and walked over towards Melissa's Mistake. Now, Melissa's Mistake has been in town forever. Unfortunately, to our chagrin, when we arrived, we realized that Melissa's is under construction, and so I don't know if Melissa's is closed for good or just under reconstruction. Some of the fascia on the outside of the building is definitely under construction. So if you know that they're closed for good, comment below. And this is what Melissa's looks like now. And so anyways, that was a classic Banff eating location. But the good news is we decided we'd hop down the highway a couple minutes and walk around Canmore. And this is the head in Canmore. And that was a good opportunity. Yeah, it was a good opportunity to try someplace that we've tried a number of times before, but have never got in. And so we always look this place up, and it's across the other side of the highway. But we always find top ratings on Travelocity. So this is a little bit of downtown, but after we took a look at downtown, and like Banff, the downtown streets are closed off, again related to the COVID outbreak. But last time we were here was actually a couple of years ago, not in Canmore itself, but in the restaurant we're going to talk about. And we pulled up, and there was a massive lineup. And the Summit is just really a tiny place, the Summit Cafe. And if you look them up on Travelocity, you'll realize they get some great ratings. But again, like every place else, we managed to get in quick, and all the food is served now in takeout containers, again related to COVID. But amazing meal. So we had a great brunch, and it was the end of a good trip.